Hey, happy. What are we on today? Today's Monday.
Yeah.
Happy Monday.
Remember, it's Family Day here.
Yeah, happy Family
in
Day.
this world.
I wonder if
In our world.
all around the world it's Family Day. What do you think? I mean, that's a good question to start off the show. Where does Family Day start and end? I mean, is it Family Day in the United States? Is it Family Day in Europe? Or is this just a Canadian
I think we should get another holiday called a World Day.
World Day?
So everyone's on a break, the whole world.
Like, yeah,
Right?
everything.
Yeah.
Stan from Stony Creek. Hey, what's going on? Looking forward to the show. I did not see the Poland's auction. Starts Friday, posted online. You got to just keep focused. Remember, the auctions run 7 days. They're running 7-day cycles, guys. You're not going to miss it. You're not going to miss it. But before I get into auctions, anything auctions, guys, remember to like, share, and subscribe. I need you to know one thing about this show. It only works if you at home participate. If you don't participate, it doesn't work. So anything related pigeon racing, pigeon training, pigeon breeding, anything to do with pigeons in general, and preferably racing pigeons, that's great. Bring it on. We are interested and we love talking everything and anything pigeons. Good evening, Michael Peebler, David Tracy. Who else we got? I'll post Stan's comment on there. Stan, you're not going to miss the Polands, I promise. But people have missed it. They missed what's going on at Feathers Elite Pigeon Auctions right now. Guys, don't get yourselves into a hole, into a tunnel. Look outside the box, guys. Look outside the box. Sabrina Bergman. They've won the most national races since 2010 in all Belgium. The washing machine. The washing machine's figuring it out, Ricky.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't see this one, you're going to see it on Saturday night when I'm in Belgium. You're going to see it then. Because I'm going to tell you what Sabrina is going to sell at the Golden Doif. You guys are going to go like this. Watch my face. That's what you're going to do on Saturday, and that's what I'm going to show you.
So let me ask you a question. This is kind of a question I shouldn't be asking you, but I'm going to ask you. So does that mean that they're like flying in a club of 10 people or 5 members?
National races.
No,
all of Belgium.
Do they win against
all
30 birds or something? Or
all
100?
of Belgium. There's no combines around here that touch it. There's no combines in the United States that touch it. Nothing. No. The closest thing in North America to touching that style is in Mexico. But when you go and fly in Mexico, there's one problem. I guarantee you for about the first 6 months, you're going to get the shits because you got to drink their water. Nothing wrong with that. But anyway.
So that explains it to me that these birds are like,
Eddie Ortiz.
100%.
What's going on, Eddie Ortiz? Yes, guys. Reminder, Sabrina Bergman. Eddie Ortiz, I know you are a smart man. Go and look at those pedigrees. You are going to see it. We're going to talk about that later in the show. We got some birds we're going to bring on.
Mm-hmm.
First round of young birds, all vaccinated, says Brian Mansker. Very good. And you know what? This is something tonight that we're going to talk about on this show. We're going to bring it up. Something to watch for with your young pigeons, sending your young pigeons to not only one-off races, putting your pigeons on a combine truck or club truck or trailer.
Right.
Something that hit us heavy last year that we hadn't seen in a few years.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to bring that up here momentarily. Again, guys, like, share, and subscribe. That's all we ask for. And I guess we should start. Shall we?
Oh, yeah.
Let's get into it.
Let's get the egg rolling.
Should I bring this up first, or did you want to talk about the soybeans first? Or do you want to wait?
I can talk about soybeans. I'll talk about soybeans right now. I've had birds for a lot of years, as you know, but I have a local farmer who does soybeans and sends them overseas to China and places like that. And I went over and he said, yeah, we got some soybeans. I said, oh, you know, I guess you guys know the story, but he says, oh yeah, the geese eat them and all, following the combine, right? I
Right.
said, I'd like to take some, right? But his bins aren't ready to, so I just took from underneath with the screenings,
Right.
soybeans. I said, well, are they dry? Oh yeah, they're all dried. Dries them,
Mhm.
right? Puts them into the what do you call it, dryer or whatever, dryer. And so I got some, I brought them in, and I'm just kind of reviewing what we talked about a few weeks ago. And I said, I'm going to try them. And I give them to the birds, and I'll tell you, the old birds, they love them. They just love them better than peanuts. You know, a peanut you can feed, and they'll kind of, first time eating peanuts, they'll flick them this way and that way. But soybeans, bang, right off the boom. You know, peas, the white chancellor peas, maple peas, the green peas. The birds don't eat them like that. They'll eat them. They eat them, but not like the soybean.
Okay.
So I tried it with 3 pair of birds, and I let them go down. They're on eggs, youngsters, and what I found was conclusion. They liked them. Give them maybe, I guess, about 10 or 15% soybeans in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
They'll eat the soybeans, they eat the feed, they pump their young ones. Then what happens is the soybean, it expands greatly. Soon you put moisture in, water in, expands. And what happens to the youngsters, their crops get full and expands because of the soybeans. It goes almost like concrete. And the old birds, they can't really feed them.
To slow down the pumping, it doesn't go good.
Yeah, the old birds, the young bird feels satisfied, but he's not getting the moisture in, and basically they'll choke off.
So
Chokes them right off. Now the old birds, I tried it with a couple different sections, and I give them maybe about 10% in the feed.
Mhm.
They love it.
They're fine.
They're fine.
So
Like,
you
really good.
So you would say for feeding youngsters, no more than 1 or 2% in the mix.
I wouldn't even do it.
So for feed,
Because what happens is you get some old birds, they look at the soybeans and they go, they're feeding youngsters. They go, oh, I want those soybeans. Bang, 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 bang. The fastest old birds to eat the soybeans, the sooner they pump their young ones, they fill up, chock full of feed, but seized. It's like concrete.
So after you wean the youngsters off, maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks after you're weaning the youngsters and they're on their own, then you'd start adding soybean to the mix.
I'm going to add maybe 5%.
Okay.
I'm going to add it.
So there you go, guys.
Right?
You've seen
I
it.
think it's,
and this is what we do. We look at things, we try things out. You observe that. That's very interesting.
62 years of keeping pigeons, and I just found out about soybeans. And,
And it's funny, the auction birds, we have them on a bit of soybean. They look, man, the people will come in, they rant and rave about
yeah,
it.
the auction birds, I have sort of I don't know what you see.
You got a good feeding system.
And if you see, actually, I could bring a tray in later in the showroom and just show the people the droppings on these things. It's the health.
Question.
It's amazing.
Question.
Mhm.
There's 2 questions here. So ABC, I'm going to get to yours, but on the soybean, are they raw soybeans or roasted soybeans?
They're roasted. They're dried soybeans.
Yeah, roasted. Okay.
I don't know if that means roasted. They're dry. I've had people come in and taste them. They go, oh, they're raw. Well, I know donors, they got the business of soybeans, corn, wheat, all that stuff. And
they're put through a dryer.
They're put through a dryer.
Because they got to ship them to China. They don't, okay. Hold on. Now, ABC Loft says, can I skip corn in the breeding mix? Should he skip corn?
No, I wouldn't skip it.
No.
I would give I think about maybe 10 or 15% corn in there.
I think so too.
Yeah, it's very good because it educates the young ones to.
And not only it educates, it gives them the taste. When the parents are pumping it back in,
That's
they get the taste for it.
that means like an education for different.
That's right. Again, ask Patrick Brooks, right?
Mhm.
Books.
Yeah.
Well, he weans his youngsters
Mhm.
on large, big corn. He weans them on it for 2 or 3 days, 4 days.
That's it. And I'll tell you, if you ask them and you go watch the youngsters, at first, they're going to look like, oh no, we're not eating that today. And tomorrow, oh no, we're not eating that tomorrow. But the third or fourth day,
They'll be
they'll be eating it.
okay. So let's move on. Again, guys, keep your questions coming. Something to look for this year. This is the book that we're talking about here tonight. This is a good little buy, The Pigeon, The Flying Vet by Dr. Colin Walker. It's out of Australia. I think the book is a couple $100 Canadian dollars. I think it's like around 300 Canadian dollars. Not a bad book to have. We're not into big book reading stuff, but this one's a good one. And this week, what are we going to talk about? It happened last year.
It's already helped us educate us a few times.
Yeah, it's worth it. I think this book's worth it.
We got the Livy's book that's
Yeah, but
I got in 1962, but
this is colored pictures. It's modern,
very
a little
nice.
bit modern.
Yeah.
We're going to talk this week about pox, and everyone knows, oh, pox. Everyone I know. What are they talking about pox? Well, when you talking about pox, I know. Guys, this show is not about just veteran pigeon flyers. It's about new pigeon flyers. People able to look at things and say, I didn't know what that was. Bang. This is what it is. So this week we're talking about pox. And hey, it's deadly when you get it. If you get it in a race season while you're racing, or at the start of training, or during your training, or during your race season, it really puts I'd almost say a screw job to your hard work, to your season. And you don't want to get it. Now, you can vaccinate for it. Okay? That's the best way to prevent it. We're going to show some pictures of pox. And Ricky, hopefully you can see it there on the screen. Here's our first picture of a pox on the eyelid. You can see right down, you see that little lump.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the pictures aren't the best, guys. The pictures will get better, but someone might not even pick that up, a new flyer. Would you say? That could be missed.
Somebody might think the bird got picked.
Right? This is one a little further along. There. You can really see. You see it, guys, on the eyes. This all has to run its course. Pox is about a 4 to 6 week process. When you see it, you're probably into it about 2 weeks when you start to notice it. So you've got anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks left to go. Again, where else can you see it on pigeons? In the mouth. Look at the mouth and the eye on this guy. You see it right there. That chunk.
No, that's you see the ear is full of pox.
That's the eye.
No, the eye's up there.
No, that's the eye.
No, that's
yeah,
not
that's the eye. That's the eye.
I'm sorry.
The eye.
You see where the wattle is?
Yeah.
That's the eye. That's the ear.
No. Okay. Anyways, it's the eye of the pigeon and the mouth. Also, you're going to see there's again on the nose of the pigeon.
And also on the eyelid.
On the eyelid, that's
see
right.
it?
Yeah, it's covering it all in.
Yeah,
Can
you see how the whole wattle is just full of this pox.
Right. Also, guys, remember, you can get it on young pigeons. There it is on a young pigeon.
Yeah.
And reminder, the worst, and I only seen this year. This is the worst of the worst. Sorry, guys, this one's a little bit out there. But there you go.
Oh, yeah.
That's the worst.
The beak comes right,
40 years, and I seen one this year. Took me 40 years to get there.
Yeah.
And I'm going to pull.
What should I say? You get it coming out of the ears. And the thing is, that pox will spread if birds are in a basket and they pick another bird. 9 times out of 10, that other bird's going to get it.
That's right.
So, if they take a bath together, they got pox, it's going to spread in the bath water. Right?
Okay, so let's see. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Let me get to the comments here. Rob, okay. Gang one, you okay, lads? Hey, everyone, says Troy. Hey, Troy. Will it be pox you will be talking about? Pox, yes. Pox. My worst year, Eddie Ortiz says, my worst year last year with Youngbirds. Got hammered with pox. Now, isn't that funny? We got hammered here. Eddie Ortiz, I believe, is from New Jersey. He got it. I purchased the vaccines this year as well as pox vaccine. Eddie, where did you get for our American breeders? Where did you get your pox vaccine? And guys, I will say, don't wait to get your vaccines. Don't do that, because if you wait, you'll find sometimes they run out, and then you're screwed. And birds that are vaccinated, they will pass it on. And
That's
you
right.
guys don't want that.
And your best bet to vaccinate through the method of the vaccine, where you put a scrape on the keel and brush it on, right, Ryan? Right?
Yeah, that's right.
So what some guys do is, and it's not good.
There's one in the fridge.
Okay, just give me a second. What some people do is they'll do one bird, and then they'll give the birds a bath, and that one bird, let's say if they got 40 birds to do, they'll put 3 birds, they'll do, scrape the keel, brush it on, give a bath. Those 3 birds go into the bath tray, and then the other 35 birds or whatever go and take a bath with them, and then that goes into the water, and all those youngsters get they figure the vaccine. It's not true. All those birds that took the bath are going to get sick as hell. So that's not the way to do it.
So in this book, they had some great questions. And one of the questions was, can I give my birds a bath? It says all birds that have been vaccinated for pox, you can bath them together. But do not bath pigeons that haven't been vaccinated, because it will spread, and it's way bad. It's way worse.
If you want to bathe them that way, I believe it's about 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. The birds that have been vaccinated, if you want to bathe them with birds that haven't been vaccinated, or ship them in the same crates with birds that haven't been vaccinated, I believe it's about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. Otherwise, you're going to pollute those other birds. It's like, it's not good.
Right. Question here. Troy said, okay, I got a few here and then we'll keep talking. As I recall, that was the only thing you got different from last year. Yes, it was. It was completely different. I didn't get it in the last 3 years, but we got it last year. I have had 3 COVID jabs, had COVID 3 times. He's had COVID 3 times, says Gang 1. ABC Lost says, is pox contagious to humans? I don't think so. Eddie Ortiz says, shingles. Also, I purchased flour of sulfur to place in the grit to make sure this never happens again. Sulfur is great to have in your loft. Sulfur is kind of like, it's like a curry for pigeons. You've got to get it into that bloodstream.
Yeah.
All the time.
Keep it there all the time.
And guys, you don't have to put a big jar of it. Every time you give your birds fresh grit, a couple spoons in. Fresh grit, spoons in. Pigeons like things fresh. So getting back to it, I also learned when you're poxing pigeons on the chest, right?
On the keel.
On the keel, right where the muscles are.
Yeah.
There's the keel bone. They got the muscles.
Yeah.
Don't be jabbing needles in there, because you don't want to injure the muscle. Yeah. The best is pull some feathers from the leg, the armpit. Mm-hmm. You get a little bit of blood and you paint it on with the brush. Yeah. Or that's where you inject. Stay away from the muscle part of the pigeon.
You can scrape the keel.
A little
scrape,
right,
so it bleeds, and then just brush it on.
Yeah. The other thing people ask, if we buy 2 sets of pox, a set of pox vaccine, I pox my birds. Should I give you the vaccine and do the same birds with it? Don't do that. It says this here in the book. Seagulls Pigeon Supply. That's where Eddie Ortiz got it. There's a shout out to Seagulls. What else was I going to say about this? Don't share the vaccines. You can start vaccinating around 6 to 8 weeks old for it. I let the pigeons get about 8 weeks. I wouldn't vaccinate them and race on it. It does say in here, if you do a pox vaccine, about 14 days after, that's when the immunity system kicks in and the birds get a boost. But I wouldn't be messing with doing it.
I wouldn't do it even before training, before
right.
loft flying, because they get feverish, and don't do it before even loft flying.
Gang One says this: chickens around the lofts cause pox. What do you think, Ryan?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I haven't had any problems with it.
Well, it's funny. My birds in that loft got pox.
Mm-hmm.
You had like what, 3 birds get pox out of all yours? And nothing up in the Twisted Sister got any pox.
No, there wasn't anything up there at all.
And it's real funny. They were all 3 were on the same transporter.
Yeah.
So it's I'm gonna rule I'm not saying I'm gonna rule the chickens out, but I mean the question is, Eddie Ortiz, did you have chickens?
Well, my chickens, chickens I have, they're not in with the pigeons, right?
They don't even mingle.
They don't mingle, so I don't know what to say. It's almost like saying red-winged blackbirds, if they fly over your place, you're going to get pox. I don't know if that is right. I don't know. I never had any experience with it that way. They're not with the birds. They don't drink out of the same drinkers. They don't eat with them. So,
right.
I don't know.
So there you see, when you're looking though again at the pox, some people that you won't recognize it, you won't see it, but there again you have these different pictures. That's light pox on the eye.
You can get it on the toes. You'll see they look like warts.
They look just like what you see here on the eye.
Yeah.
Okay. And they come all different sizes. They take over the nose. This one's got it on the nose, on the eye.
You can get it in the ears.
Yeah, there's a youngster there with it right on the nose.
You see on the nose, and also you see it over on his the
right side.
Yeah, on that.
Right below his eye there.
Yeah, below his eye. That's a pox.
That's pox. And again, if you get to this point,
wow,
isn't that something?
It's done.
That's incredible.
I had that happen last year to one, and that was it. Elimination.
But you just see.
I let it go and just to see what was going to happen, and boom. And there isn't any treatment for it. And they say mosquitoes can give you pox as well.
Here we go. Here Eddie Ortiz says, my friend placed it in a syringe and let a little drop come out, and he places it into the thigh. That's right. Again, I've got it in there. It comes in 2 bottles. Sometimes they come with a brush, and you can paint it on, and it makes a little scab. All you need is a drop of blood, 1 drop of blood. Put it on, and it'll take. What else do we have here? Mosquitoes cause pox. I believe. Listen, we don't know how all this stuff transmits. Maybe Gang One's right. Maybe it comes from the chickens. Maybe it comes from the sparrows. Maybe it comes from the mosquitoes.
It could be a mosquito. Maybe he bites the chicken, and then for some reason he flies over and nails your pigeon. Transmit it. Who knows? Maybe the mosquito picks it off of something out there and brings it in. Who knows? But if you prevent it, and if you're going to a 1 loft race, some clubs say if you're administrating pox vaccine, you're not allowed in the club. Well, I wouldn't tell anybody in the club that I'm doing it because I can't trust this. I can't trust it.
If I'm going out there to put the time into my birds and I want to get a good result, would I pox my pigeons? 100%.
Yeah.
And you know what? If I'm going into any 1 loft race, anyone,
I pox it before I put it in.
I pox them before I send them. And guys, if you're gonna send remember, this takes about 2-3 weeks of when you vaccinate them, when you paint it on them, or when you inject them. Takes about 14 days for the immunity to kick in. So I wouldn't be hitting them
And send them out.
I wouldn't do that. I would say, okay, if I'm going to be sending out on, let's say, May the 1st, I'm going to do them the first week of April.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
I'm going to give them a couple weeks at the loft. And again, would I pox? 100%. Because your birds then have it. If your birds get into a fight in the loft, picking, in a bath, your birds are spreading it to other birds. That's okay. It's getting you a little closer to the top, I think. And from what I seen last year, you don't want to have pox in a one loft race because you don't know when you're going to get it. And if you get it and you have good birds and you get it a week or two before the finals, your birds are not going to perform. Mike Vanderyak, welcome on the show, Mike. Mike, Boys in Blue, Pioneer One Loft Race. Get your name down there, my friend. This is going to be your year. Mosquitoes are the main vector of the pox virus. For the pox virus, yeah, maybe the mosquitoes are. Eddie Ortiz says, nothing to do with chickens. Again, guys, everyone has their opinions, and that's okay. Gang One thought it maybe has to do with chickens.
I never had a chicken got pox.
I would have figured we would.
Chicken would have got pox. He would show the signs of pox, right?
One year I flogged the loft. I fogged the loft with Virkon S. How did you do that? How did you fog the loft? Would it have been putting
Probably
it in a
have
humidifier?
A mild spray or something, yeah.
All over had a good season without vaccinating because I couldn't get vaccine. So Eddie's going to tell us how he fogged the loft. That's interesting. But again, sending out to races, I would do it in Europe. You hear they all pox them.
It's funny. I didn't have any upstairs in the Twisted Sister. And all my Icelandic whites, I didn't vaccinate them at all. At all. I got a couple with a paramyxil.
Yeah.
I got a couple. The rest of them,
Were
no problem. Soon I seen the paramyxil, I just eliminated. And that was it. I just.
And you know, it's real funny talking to the flyers in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they take their birds to the vet. Yes, they do these things. But their first line of defense is, if it's not right, in my own eyes, I eliminate it. I don't sit there and try and fix it. There's no point. You got to be steel. If you ain't steel on day one, you sure as shit ain't going to be steel 300 miles in a headwind when I need you to be steel.
Yeah.
Oh, but getting to that, that's what we talked about. It's kind of funny. The Americans, they can call seagulls and get pox vaccine. In the United States, they can get it. In Europe, they can get it. Here in Canada, we can't get it. So, and if you want to get it, you can go and, I hate to say it, order it in. That's smuggling. You can order it in. And if you get caught, you get a fine. You get in trouble. Amazing. How do you prevent your pigeons? How do you save your pigeons? And I will say,
if you want to do it, how do you do it?
How do you do it? And here's the other thing. If you bring American birds in and they vaccinate with pox, which is fine, they get into the bath pans with your birds, or they get on the truck with you, they have the virus in them, and they start helping to spread it through. So it's really quite sad here in Canada. We can't defend against this. But guys, you can see Seagull sells it. Give them a call, place the order, tell them you heard about it from Pioneer and Eddie Ortiz, and away you go. Low Loft says, flogging in the loft happens. Good evening from Phoenix. Okay. Flogging in the loft. What the hell's Mike? What the hell's flogging?
No, I don't think he means
fogging. Flogging. Flogging.
Fogging.
Fogging.
Yeah. So he's misting. He's putting a mist in the loft. It's like
Or would that be a
Well,
dehumidifier?
it's like I worked like a lot of years ago, and we used to in the horse barn. We used to. I think they had a machine.
A mister,
No, and it used to. It was almost like a smoke
right?
that
Like a
used
fog.
to go that used to go into the barn, and it used to kill, kill mosquitoes, kill ticks, kill anything that was on the horses. And I think this is what he's talking about.
Okay, so Eddie Ortiz is going to explain the way he did it.
Mhm.
I had an electric paint sprayer which holds a container. I placed the Virkon mix in the water and hit the whole loft with the birds in it. The Virkon S is used in Europe as well as in the USA for viruses. Okay, so that's what he did. He did a light
Yeah,
misting.
just like a mist. It's like a smoke.
Now,
it looks like a smoke.
Here's a great question. Did you do it? I would do it in the dark, in the evening.
Oh yeah, when all the birds are sitting quiet.
When did you do it? What time of day did you do it? How did the birds react when you sprayed it if it was in the daylight? Questions, guys. And this is what makes this show so great. Other solutions that you guys can use. There it is. Thanks, Eddie, for that. Again, pox, not very good to get. If you get it, you can't fix it. You got to let it run its course. And again, as we say, 4 to 6 weeks. When you see it, you're in it about probably 7, 8 to 10 days. You're in it, and you got to let it go. And we've seen it here this year at Pioneer. Some birds went almost six and a half weeks.
Mm-hmm.
It just, and it doesn't matter if the piece of cheese dries and you pull it off. The next day she just seems to come back like that. So he said, okay, wait. Okay. Eddie Ortiz says, has an unbelievable large label of treatments. So the Virkon S treats for quite a bit in the loft. That's great. HVLP spray. That's what Low Loft says. Eddie Ortiz says, I did it in the summer when it can dry fast. That's another good point. You don't want your lofts wet, do you?
No.
Why is wet lofts no good?
It's not good.
Not good.
It's got to be bone dry.
Bone dry. Bone dry. When you go to these lofts in Europe, I notice the guys who scrape, it almost looks like the birds never have droppings. That's how much they're scraping. Do you understand? They're scraping twice a day. I've been in there.
But I believe they know how to feed properly, and the droppings are like little marbles. So it's not like birds' droppings are like wet, like you know what I mean, like real wet shit. The birds' droppings are like marbles. And I said I should bring out a tray of droppings of birds that in our last every weekend we have a show in the and I can bring out a tray and show you how the dropping should be on a healthy bird. And I think in the European people, they make sure those droppings are just like marbles. You don't even have to scrape them.
Now
you pick them up with your fingers.
Now hold on.
Right?
Again, what I'm saying is they are in, if they're scraping their lofts, they are in there religiously twice a day scraping. If they go in at 8 o'clock and they scrape the loft out. You go over to their place at noon. They go in there with you. They're talking. You know what they do while they're talking? They pick up the scraper and they do a quick. They scrape twice a day. You got to have dry lofts. And if you're going to scrape the lofts, scrape them properly. Don't be every 4 days, eh? what do you call that? That's a wet loft. And that's when you get problems.
Well, the
Now,
birds will step on them, they flatten them. The droppings gotta be nice and dry. And if there's when they come out of the bird, they gotta be almost like marbles.
so Eddie
Right.
Ortiz did it in the daytime. Mike Vanderyak is correcting me. Pox vaccine is available through Guelph Asian Animal Health in Guelph. So how do I get it in Guelph? Do I just pick up the phone and order it, or how do I get it, Mike? Because I haven't been able to get it. I don't know how to get it. But that's pretty good. Mike says this is how you do it. Let's see how Mike gets it. Asia Animal Health in Guelph. I wonder if that's the place where you take the birds and they don't tell you anything, but they charge you $250. Is that the same place, Mike? Or if you take a bird that's sick or it's died and you don't know what it is and you give it to them and you pay them $250, they come back with everything, but they don't have an answer. I'm just wondering if that's the place.
I heard of one fella, he went for P&V vaccination. I believe the bill was like $800. Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, isn't that something?
It's like cruel, you know?
Now, Eddie Ortiz, he came up with something great. Eddie likes to use the Virkon in the water
Right,
after he takes the birds to a show.
right.
Okay, now, this isn't only about racing. People do show things.
Yeah,
Guys, if I was going to a pigeon show, first thing, I vaccinate my birds before I go I give them a respiratory vaccine, 100%. The other thing, I like what Eddie's saying about killing diseases around. If I took my birds to a show, I would take a bottle like this, a spray bottle.
Mhm.
I'd have it with your Virkon
Mhm.
or your disinfectant, put it on the mist, and when your birds are in your show cage, spray them right in there. You will find pigeons in the show midday. After they've been in there 2-3 hours, you go by and give them a spray. What do? They love it. They take a little bath. It's good for them.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Spraying them with what? With water?
With your disinfectant. If you're using it, you can use it. It's not a problem. I would. I'm just saying you can. I always seem a touch of Vicks cream, a fingerful in each widowhood box. This is another thing I was going to get to. He uses, Gang One uses in the widowhood boxes a little bit of Vicks, vapor rub.
Yeah.
I was also thinking Gang One, and let me see if you've ever thought of this. I'm sure they have them all over the world, but a vaporizer.
Right.
At night in the loft, under where your birds are racing, if they're in their boxes, you put that vaporizer on all night for them, with the steam coming up to clean out the air passages. Gang One, let me know if you've ever used that. He's going to be a tough guy to beat when I got to fly against him. He's got some good ideas. I like that, Gang One. Oh, call. This is what Mike says. They do not treat, they just take birds, just sell vaccines. So this is who it is. Call Asia. ASI, whatever. The prices are good. They do not treat or take birds, just sell vaccines. So this is the number, guys, if you want to buy vaccines. And there it is on the, that's where they are in Guelph.
Good to know.
Thanks, Mike. Now, is this vaccine, Mike, for pigeons? That's the next question. Is this pox for pigeons? And does that matter? Some places you need to go in person, and they won't take you over the phone because some vaccines are not authorized to sell in that country. ABC Loft says, what about aviaries that get wet and birds walk in them? An aviary, aviaries normally should have wire bottoms, so everything kind of goes right through, and that's fine. We're talking about your loft being, the floor of your loft, the wood of your loft, wet.
Should be dry.
Should be dry.
Yeah.
And that's why they have granules. That's why some guys use sand like
I
you
hate
do.
to say it, a damp loft is the devil coming into your pigeon loft. It's not good, right?
Troy says you can add yellow drops in the vaporizer. Yeah, you can, but I wouldn't do that. In a vaporizer, I would use the Vicks. I would use the proper stuff. I don't, when I smell yellow drops, it doesn't do anything for me. So I wouldn't put it in a vaporizer. I would use the
But I
yellow.
think what Troy's saying is yellow drops is good for
respiratory.
and good for canker.
Right. But I don't know if it vaporizes.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying just the vaporizer.
Yeah.
That's something I thought of. Mike Vanderyak says these are pigeon vaccines. Wow. Well, I'm going to get this number from you, Mike, because I'm going to try them out. I'm going to call and I'm going to see. And you know what I am going to do? Not only am I going to get these vaccines,
right?
I'm going to contact the CFIA and make sure that this product is allowed to be sold in our country. Because you got to make sure this stuff's all legal, eh?
Well,
everyone's got to follow the rules.
There's a few people in this country that are still selling pigeon vaccine, illegally in this country. And, it's ridiculous. Why can't we sell it? But the government makes a rule and people are, under the table, they get it somewhere and they're selling it. And, we've been told and we're watching out.
All right. Tracy's got a question for you, Ricky. Last year, LMR talked about Listerine in the bathwater. What was that used for? Why do you use Listerine?
For killing lice.
Lice.
Any lice. Yeah.
Any lice.
Take a bath, it gets rid of lice.
Yeah, and not always
get rid of it. Yeah.
And you got to use it all the time. Use it.
Yeah.
Mike Vanderyak says wormers, eggs, cocci, and most pathogenics live much longer in wet areas. That's right.
Going back to the Listerine, I have a little bird bath out here. That tried it.
Yeah.
It gets, if you don't clean it out, algae, gunky, greeny, gunky. And I would take Listerine, do a mouthwash. I would.
Yeah.
And I'd spit it into the bird bath.
Right.
And all of a sudden, all that algae, all that was gone. I added water, gone. Right?
That's right.
Right.
Yeah. It did something.
Yeah,
we didn't have any lice problems last year. I know you were using it.
I'll tell you that darn stuff works. I'll tell you. Hold that. It says on the bottle. You get the gold one, not the flavored one.
Right.
Gold one.
The shit.
It says hold it in your mouth for 30 seconds. Gargle. Hold it in your mouth for 30 seconds. I can maybe go 10 or 12 seconds. I can't do 30 seconds. It just friggin'
hold up.
Cleans you right out.
Now, Bruce Dickinson says dampness in the loft promotes viruses and bacteria to grow. That's why you want everything dry. Dave Crozier. Dave, where have you been? The open houses are here. We got the bar open. You don't come down anymore. But Dave Crozier says, fuck the government. I'm not against you, Dave. What I'm against with the government is there's people here that get special treatment. People selling illegal drugs, nothing happens to them. I'm going to say if I had a friend that was selling illegal drugs, they get nailed for it. And you want me to tell you something? Unfortunately, I'm getting sick and tired of people getting away with shit all the time and other people getting hammered. That's not right. And you know what? You call the government and you ask them, hey, could you help me out? Is this all right? You know what they do? We don't do nothing. Meanwhile, the government calls maybe on you.
Well, if you go and
puts
call
red flags to you.
You go and call the people up, the government, you might not even get through because this and that. And you can't make any bad statements about certain people running this government. We're going to get into that. Oh, they'll cut you off the internet.
That's right.
They cut you off.
But Dave, I'm all for it. I just want to make sure that guess what? If Jerry's selling this shit, he's got to jump through the same goddamn hoops I do. That's all I'm saying. And I don't think I'm wrong for that.
So Dave had a good point.
Dave did. Fuck the government, because the government's a bunch of shit. But isn't it? It's not fair, though, is it? But life isn't fair.
I know one fellow that made some comments about it, and they
Mhm.
cut him off the what do you call it? Off the Facebook or whatever you call it. He was talking the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
let's not get into that.
Eddie Ortiz says, takes years and money to get things approved by the government because they drag their asses to do shit. Guys, Eddie's in the U.S. and he sees the same shit. So you know what? So far, history's repeating itself. The governments everywhere
in the U.S.
are shit. I think grills for your birds in the loft floors is essential. Any throwing corn up gives you a chance to stop birds cleaning and sickness. Okay, so basically, what he is saying, Gang saying, he likes the grates on the floor. Throw up goes through. If anything happens, the birds can't get to it. It's great.
So wait a minute. Just hold on a minute. I'm going to stop that right now. I think it sounds like a good idea. But any of those birds that are throwing up on the floor, those same birds are drinking out of your drinkers. So you're not stopping nothing. Let them all throw up. Let them all eat it. Let them all get strong. Or let them all die. That's the way I look at it. Because, you know, that's my philosophy. That's
Right.
it.
Now, I know you.
Because they're all drinking out of the drinker. So why would you say, well, I'm going to let the puke, if you got puke, go through so nobody can eat the puke, but they're all drinking out of the same drinker. So to me, that's...
she's almost got to spread the same way.
I think you're thinking...
So wait a minute.
It's a great
Is
idea.
it kind of this?
Put all your birds
Hold on.
separate
Hold on.
in boxes.
I got a question. We have a slice of pizza here,
Mhm.
and I got it cold, and I take a bite of it.
Mhm.
I put it down, and you take a bite from where I took a bite.
Mhm.
Hold on.
Have you tried this with me
No.
before?
Is there a difference if we do that, or if we have, I take a sip here, and I give it to you, and you take a sip? Isn't it the same
It's
shit?
all the same.
Okay. So, now here's another question.
Excuse me.
Gang one says, stop other birds from cleaning the sickness up. Easy grills. A bit dusty for chest grills. A bit of sand. Bit of sand. So I don't know if he's for the sand or he's not for the sand. What do you think about sand? Does sand make your loft dusty, Ricky? How have you found it?
Well, sometimes at first it gets a little bit dusty when you put it in fresh.
Okay, but if you
But-
have it in for a season,
Yeah, it's
Like-
no, it's good. I use it.
I know the first part of.
Put it in there 3 inches or 6 inches deep.
Mhm.
And if you want, put a little bit of lime on the floor first. Put your sand in. Put in about 3 or 4 inches. Put a little bit of lime. Put some more sand in. You're going to be good. That's the aeration. Got a lot of aeration in there, right? So when the dropping goes down, if it's a little bit moist, by the time it hits the floor, it's bone dry. You know what I mean?
All right.
Hey, go to the beach, boys.
Question.
Go and have a little piss in the sand. Watch how fast that's going to go down. It'll be gone. Filtered, dry.
Eddie Ortiz says, what size wire mesh is best? 1 inch or 2 inch? Now,
What, for around your fly pen?
well, let's say for your loft floor, what would you use?
Wire mesh.
Or Avery? I think an Avery, I do a 1/2 inch.
Yeah, 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch.
For Avery's, I would do 1/2 inch because here in Canada, if you do 1 inch, you can get a weasel in.
Yeah, mice will come in or
The one that'll kill you is the weasel. So that's the one we would watch
Yeah.
for. I think for floors.
Well, what's that
for
stuff
floors,
you can walk on? You need
that
heavy
welded
stuff.
wire. That welded wire.
But it's heavy
That
stuff.
diamond shit. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know what it is. Eddie Ortiz says he agrees with Ricky. Okay. You treat in the water if they're sick, so want them to drink it. No, I think no. We obviously know you treat them in the water for sickness. Great.
If they're sick.
If they're sick.
I don't treat if they're not
but
sick.
before you have a problem, before you maybe noticed it, those birds have already been throwing up or drinking the water. It's already in through the loft. But okay, good points. Sorry, Rick. Did it?
I see birds throwing up, the odd bird, and other birds eat it. No one's getting sick. I don't see.
Yeah.
You have to see how they look. If they're throwing up, if they're all, I call it like oh, scrunched up, and they're all like, oh man, oh.
I say when you see them at that point,
You might as well get
just
rid of them.
get the dustbin out. Okay, Warner Vale says, good evening. Hey, Warner, how's it going? Warner, you should have been down there this weekend to look at the Sabrina Bergman birds. They were right up your alley. We got 2 tonight on that you guys are going to see here momentarily. Eddie Ortiz says, sorry, Rick. Dave Crozier says, ask Ricky, have any plugs been vaccinated?
See, that's a good question. He's got a good question there. They've got built up immunity, and if you watch the video, when you, I'm just using that one fellow, Patrick Books, in Belgium, top-notch flyer, flies with 8 widowhood cocks. Am I not right?
Yeah.
Against thousands of birds, and he doesn't, medicate.
He gives them the vaccines and that's it.
That's it.
He gets the garbage can out if they're no good.
Because the government tells them they got to do that vaccine business or else. But I think exactly like Dave said, what plugs do you see
Well, can I ask you,
getting this sickness?
You used to work downtown in the garbage truck, driving downtown all day. How many pigeons did you see with pox?
I was a sanitary engineer.
You were. Exactly. Yeah, well, you were, but that's I'm saying.
I was a garbologist, not just a
Well, I wanted to knock you down a bit before the show, but yes, you were 100% a garbologist.
Yeah, and sanitary engineer.
Sanitary engineer. How many wild pigeons did you see with pox?
Never.
Fun fact.
I never seen them, but excuse me. There's one area which called Lawrence and Black Creek.
Right.
There was a plaza there I used to do, and apartment buildings across. There were plugs there that came, and they had what do you call that, Ryan? I told you on the feet. They lost all their toes.
Yeah. We gotta look that up for next week.
Yeah, what do you call that?
It's like they rotted off.
Yeah, they lost all their toes, and all they had was stumps.
The wrists.
Yeah, and they were walking around. I'd go there, and I'm pigeon man anyway. So
you're looking.
Look, I said, holy jumping! They're walking around. They lost everything.
Just like this.
I can remember the name of it.
We'll have it for next week.
Yeah, it was incredible. That's the only thing I ever seen. It almost looked like everything was frostbit off, but it wasn't.
You never seen it, did you? How many times have you seen, seriously, wild pigeons sitting like this, humped up? Like, I'm talking, it's not pouring rain out. How many times do you see it?
You never see it.
Next question. When you were garbologing,
right?
Remember the time you told me in the transfer,
mm-hmm.
you seen the pigeons out about 50 feet away from you? You had to drive the truck by them, and you were driving. You were accelerating.
I had about 10 plugs on the roadway.
Yeah.
Coming out of the transfer, you dumped, come out, you had to go away. I seen them all walking on the thing. So I accelerated, right, with the old Mack truck, and I flattened one out.
Now here's the fun thing. There was 10 pigeons here. I remember you telling me. You got out of the truck to look at what you flattened.
Yeah. It was a race bird, had a band on. Right.
Flatten them. Isn't it funny? You didn't flatten the plugs, did you?
No.
You want to know why the race bird was there, eh? Stupid. Okay, Mike Vanderyak says, hold on, we got some more comments here. Eurosis uses mop pulls, okay? Eddie Ortiz says, no cure for adenovirus. It has to take its course. ABC Law says, This is the same thing. Erst kills bacteria. I can't pronounce that word, so I'm not going to. Eddie Ortiz says, I purchased vaccine for a dino. Didn't work for shit. Birds still got it many years ago when I had fancy birds. Yeah, I don't think you can get rid of it. Mike Vanderyak says those birds all had frostbite. Do you buy that?
I don't know, Mike. There's at that time I knew the name of it.
I've never. You know what? Why wouldn't we get frostbite birds here?
Well, I remember frostbite when I was a kid. I put birds. I thought they needed heat in the winter. Had an area they were in like 70 degrees. I remember one day, I can still remember it. Beautiful day, clear blue sky, but it was like minus 20. I thought, oh, look, it's beautiful. I let them out. I was just, a kid. They were out. Exactly what Mike said. When I let them in,
everything fell off.
Yeah, I had them even, like Mike said, lost their whole foot. Frostbite. Everything went black.
Done.
Yeah, I did them in. But this here, God, I remember what it was called, but now I can't.
Oh, hold on. Get a load of this one.
Uh-huh.
I think Gang 1 hit the nail on the head. Hold on. Ralph asks, do you believe in treating the stock birds? Or no, do you believe in treating sick birds? Hold on. We're going to get to that in a second. Just 1 second. Gang 1 says, I think he hits it on the head. That's poison they put down to rot the feet.
Around the plaza?
Maybe there were birds that are going on someone's balcony because it's downtown.
Yeah.
They put the poison out. The pigeons are on their balcony. Well, you've seen the birds in the parking lot. They always stay in the same area.
Yeah, it's like the apartments were there and the birds would come down the back.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Same thing. You see people put the strings out too. You see the pigeons get the feet tied up and all mangled up. And I think Gang 1.
He could be right on.
I think he's on to that one. Because
so why would you do that? These people are nuts.
People are fucking sick in the head, man. Have you seen the humans? Have you seen us? We're the worst animal in the goddamn kingdom.
That was sad. Only in that area I've seen it.
Right. And you've never seen it anywhere else.
No.
So somebody
is
poisoned them.
Oh.
The kind laugh says, LOL. All right. Okay, so Ricky, let's get back to Ralph's question. Do you believe in treating sick birds? Now, this is a question. Is your whole loft sick? Are you treating an individual pigeon? What's your thought? Let's talk about an individual pigeon.
Okay, it depends on what kind of sickness.
Okay.
If he's got a bit of respiratory, I may give him a treatment.
Right.
But then if he doesn't cure, I just eliminate him.
What about canker that keeps coming back?
I eliminate him.
Eliminate him.
Yeah. I don't treat for canker.
What if he gets constantly wet eyes? I eliminate
That's
him.
a respiratory thing. I get Respirovac maybe, and that's it. But
you see a little head twisting?
A lot of time. Oh, head twisting, eliminate it right away.
You don't try and fix it?
No.
Lump on the wing, bad lump?
No, eliminate. What do you call that?
Yeah.
The salmonella?
Yeah. Youngsters that aren't strong in the nest, they don't look right?
No, eliminate it.
Okay, you're not trying to fix it?
After I wean them, if again, it's like last week's show, if they don't pick up, I eliminate them.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah, I don't.
Okay, here, Paul McGuire says, wild pigeons losing toes and feet come from string, often from people's clothes, etc. Yeah, I've seen that. I know downtown when I was little, sometimes we'd go to the Santa Claus parade, you'd go feed the pigeons, and, the pigeons would be in your feet. You could pick up the pigeons, and you'd see pigeons with string or whatever.
They get caught up. Put a little bit of string in your loft. The next thing you got a bird all tied up in it.
Yeah, it's funny. If you take a bag in your loft, a feed bag, take that one string and throw it in your loft.
Somebody will get caught in it.
Caught in it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Dave Crozier. Dave is back with us. Dave, you better make sure you come down because number one, you got to bring us some beer, have some beer with us, and there's some super pigeons at Feathers Elite Pigeon Auctions. Check them out. They are trying to destroy us, so why not the birds? Dave Crozier, guys, if you want to know anything about Dave, you can go to his Facebook page. He will talk to you about government all day. He hates them all. We love Dave.
It's 100% true.
Dave's not wrong in anything he says.
Even
I'm for Dave.
Put it in your toothpaste, okay?
Well, that's right, guys.
Right.
Maybe they got athlete's foot, as Tracy says. Oh boy, Tracy. Limping. Orange. Limping? Yeah, maybe limping. I don't know. What do you guys want to see some pigeons? I know this has been quite an interesting night so far, what we've been talking about with the dry loss, with the pox, with again, I think Gang 1 really hit that one. They put the poison down. That had to have been the only thing.
Well, these things, my friend, they even lost their feet.
Well,
they were just stumping. I couldn't believe it. But meanwhile, the birds looked healthy. They flew good, but they were like.
But they got it on their feet first, right?
Yeah.
That's it. Burn the feet off. It must be something.
These are idiots in the world that do this. Right?
People are messed up, and it's pretty sad. But hey, what are you going to do? Okay, I wanted to show 3 real nice pigeons. Not only in pedigree.
My show and tell is going to be, you're talking about these birds, but I'm going to show perfect droppings.
Okay, well,
on a tray.
Well,
but okay,
we
whatever you're going to do.
We don't really. We have time for that. Well, you know what you can do.
We have lots of time.
We got all the time in the world. This is what I want you to do. I want you to bring me in the red cock first. You bring me the red cock in. It's right at that door. We're gonna show them. And again, if you guys have questions, let us know. Hold on. Do you use leaf? Oh, what is this? Guys, my readings, I'm pretty poor. LCAR.
LCAR.
NITIN.
I had
Lacatin.
I had one of those, but it ran away. I never seen it since. I don't even know what that is.
Fuck, I don't know what that word is. This is what happens when you're only at about a grade 5 reading level.
You got grade 5?
I don't even have grade 5. It's about 3.5. I know the vowels and all that stuff. Guys, what's he lack?
Let me read it.
You read it. Read that word. Lack. It's a tricky goddamn.
No, it's Lacarn.
You can't read it either.
Lacarnitin.
Lacarnitin.
Yeah.
Give me another
no,
word.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is. It's for muscles.
Oh, muscles.
It's for muscles.
You look muscular, man.
God damn, I look muscular.
You got muscles behind your ears.
Hey, that's my line. Guys, I think anything you use for muscles probably pretty good. Take a look. I don't know. If it's good enough for humans, I'm sure it's going to work on pigeons. Creatine. Well, you look at what it does. Have I used creatine? I've used it before, but not with pigeons. Is a chemical that's made for human brains, livers, and kidneys to help the body turn fat into energy. I'll come by and see you guys. Thank you, Mr. Crozier. I know Ricky would love to see you, but that's what Mike Vanderjak's talking about it. Mike, how would you use it? How would you give it in the water for the pigeons, Mike? I'm going to let Mike take the lead on that one. I haven't used it on pigeons in the water, so I'm not going to comment on it. Anyways, I don't know where old Ricky 7 just went, but as we wait for him, again, I want to throw this out at you guys, Mike, and I want you to look at some eye sign for me and tell me what you think. I think this pigeon's got a super eye. Right now, running at Feathers Elite Pigeon Auctions. Please, guys, let's not miss. Round of applause for the father-in-law, son-in-law team of Hermans and Bonnie. I will be at their loft this week. At the end of the week, we're going to do a little sit down, a little walk through. You guys are going to see these guys. They got the red pigeons, the Hollander. Okay, what a super outstanding race cock for them. Running right now, Feathers Elite Pigeon Auctions. All bids are in Canadian dollars. I wanted to show you this beautiful red cock. This was hand selected by us and Wim. He's a 2019. This is an exclusive offer. This was very, very hard to get. This is a direct son of super racer and breeder, Den Hollander, 10th Olympiada pigeon, 13th National Ace pigeon, first crack ace pigeon. Again, first 2,400, second 350, third. Again, they didn't have everything on here for the Hollander's results, but he's second to none. Hold on, I'm going to put him on the camera. Mike, take a look at this guy's eye. There's the eye sign of it before I put him into my hands.
Take a look at that.
1 second, Ricky. Beautiful eye on this pigeon. He'll breed. He's a nice
The
pigeon.
vibration, incredible.
Nice cock, eh?
Yeah.
Fully developed. A little left, a little right in the tail, but boy, super solid. Muscles, perfect. Vents are like steel. His eye sign is perfect. And again, just what a gorgeous, gorgeous cock. The results from this family, outstanding. Den Hollander. Hermans and Bonnie, they got robbed. They stole the Hollander and 3 other super pigeons from the family, which was sad. People come and rob you. What a great vibration. What a super strong back. Again, he's built just like a wedge. Super rich in the eye. And he's real alert. Again, this is incredible that we got this pigeon. We asked for the best. He said, I really shouldn't give this. And we got this for you guys. Right now running at Feathers Elite Pigeon Auctions. Absolutely a super eye. Mike, I think you'd like this cock. I know you've never purchased a pigeon at Feathers Elite, Mike, but I don't think you'll be disappointed on this guy. And guys, pigeons like this, you don't get them. You get them around 3,000 euros a piece, 2,000, 4,000. This is a direct son of Den Hollander. Right now, Feathers Elite Pigeon Auction, opening bid of 250 Canadian dollars. Guys, I had to beg to get this pigeon for the North American market. He's a weapon. You guys are going to love him. Absolutely super eye. Awesome red. Yes, guys, he's built like steel. He's a perfect cast, a little longer, nice muscles. Forearm is incredible. For you guys wondering, the breeding feathers long and square. But this is the highlight of this sale, guys. Den Hollander founded a whole loft for this father-in-law, son-in-law team. Isn't that something? A whole loft. And how was Den Hollander found? He was a young bird that strayed into their loft. They called the owner of the pigeon in Holland, and he said, I want you to keep him. He's out of my foundation pair. One season of racing was their best bird in their loft. Turned around to be one of the very best breeders they ever had. Their whole loft now is red because of it. And there you see them. Remember, guys, all bids are in Canadian dollars. What more can I say?
He's solid. A piece of muscle. Right?
Yeah, just a piece of muscle.
This guy's a piece of muscle. Spoon tail.
Back is tight.
Right. Like, right.
He's tight.
Beautiful.
And a
back,
nice thick back.
Back falls right back. Nice, strong back.
Grab the blue cock next. Blue cock is next. All right, guys, that is from none other than the auction running right now for Hermans Bonnie. You'll see that on Feathers Elite Pigeon Auctions. There they are. Go and check out their lots. There's 8 of them there. 1 direct from Den Hollander. All the rest were grandchildren because that was it. This isn't a commercial loft. Do not miss this opportunity. Guys, they're potent pigeons. They breed the good ones. Also running at Feathers Elite Pigeon Auctions, Belgium's very own Sabrina Bergman, the loft of Sabrina Bergman, specialized in middle distance. They've won the most nationals in all Belgium since 2010. That's right, guys. The most nationals since 2010. Again, the national races are anywhere from 250 to 400, 500-mile races, 400-mile races. The national races in that range, depending on where you are. Some super pigeons here. The first one I wanted to show was my pick here of the sale. This is Brother Olympic Misfait. This is an original Sabrina Bergman's, an exclusive offer. This is a full brother to Olympic Misfait. Olympic Misfait, who is she? What did she do? Olympic Misfait, first Olympiada Doif Category C, Romania 2022, wins in 2019 for Olympic Misfait. This is how she became an Olympiada. Third, Limoges, 3,900 pigeons. Fourth, Sassoon, 1,900 pigeons. Fourth, Sassoon, 300 pigeons. Fifth, Natalan, 1,200 pigeons. Fifth, Monamines, 209 pigeons. Seventh, Sen, 692 pigeons. 12th, Suzanne, 356 pigeons. 35th, Melon, 965 pigeons. Then wins in 2020. First, Cezanne, 2,300 pigeons. Third, Moulion, 1,174 pigeons. First, Fay Alaxon, 5,000 pigeons. Seventh, Sen, 4,000 pigeons. There's more. Wins in 2021. Third, Mon Ami, 3,000 pigeons. 10th, Cesson, 3,100 pigeons. Fourth, Semirays, 2,300 pigeons. And seventh, Moulion, 12,100 pigeons. There's the eye. This is a full brother to that result, what I just read. And I'm going to ask Ricky one word before he talks. There's the eye on it. You're handling that pigeon. One word sums that pigeon up in your hands. What is it?
Super.
Super. Is it the way God intended a pigeon to
This
be?
bird still has 2 flights to go. 2 flights to go. This is a very young bird.
Is that pigeon extraordinary?
Tight, nice tight in the wing. Vibration, incredible. The forearm, tight. And the muscle on this bird.
Second to none.
Remember, it's been in quarantine for how many days?
Yep.
80 days, 90 days. Feel the muscle in that thing.
This
That's
guy's
incredible.
This guy here, he's a guaranteed slam dunk home run. His full sister is a flying machine. You will not go wrong. Are you ready? Are you ready? Right now, this pigeon at Feathers Elite Pigeon Auction.
Look at the curve and the flights on that bird.
The
From
current
here, I could see it.
the current bid, I believe, is $300. Ladies and gentlemen, you're gonna miss it.
Look at the front on that, the bird. Across the shoulders, across the front, the butts of the wings. I could see it from here.
The pigeon is a beast in the right way. He is incredible.
If you think I'm wrong, take a drive up here and handle it or whatever. If you want to go handle them in Europe, you're about 7 hours on the plane and 2 hours in the airport. That's 9. Plus, you got to rent a car, another whatever, get a hotel. Come on down. If you think I'm a liar, then I'm bluffing.
if you
come
don't-
on and handle it, man.
If you buy this pigeon and you don't like it, I'll give you 5 times what he's worth.
Look at the pigment on the feather there.
That's the confidence I have. Ian, if you're watching this show, Ian Sybil, if Ian's watching it, remember the day you came down and handled, what were the names? Oh, I'm getting a brain fart. Stable and Sons, you went through the pigeons. You said to me after, I should have bought the whole auction. You bought 7 out of the 10. Ian, if you're watching, when you buy them, thank me. And guys, the reason I'm telling this about Ian, because Ian's out there to fucking kick ass. And this pigeon is going to do that. In your breeding program, this is a home run. You can't get any.
He's middle-sized.
Middle-sized, incredible.
Yeah, tight.
Just incredible.
Just a
picture. And the hen I think you should go to, if you want to bring her in.
And feel that roll.
Feel the roll. I know.
God.
The audience has gone quiet. We're going to show one more pigeon. Next one up. Last one. Again, always on the family show. I like to bring in a couple. Next one up is daughter Olympic Miss Fay. I'm not going to read the results, but this is a direct daughter from Olympic Miss Fay. But on the father's side, it's the father of Olympic Louise. Olympic Louise, first national. I'm not going to read all the results, but guys, this is now an incredible matched pair that I would put together. Everything she doesn't have, he has. He's more muscular. The eyes are crossed perfect. This is perfect. You can fly them. You can breed out of them. They're meant, put them together, put a few babies in the stock loft and cross them through your loft. Not only do you have Olympic Louise, but you have Olympic Miss Fay, all in one pigeon. Check out the eye sign. Tell me this pair does not match perfectly. There's the eye of the hen, daughter, Olympic Miss Fay. There is the eye of the cock. Mike, what are you thinking? I haven't heard from you. I think these people, this is what I'm thinking, Ricky. Their mouths have hit the floor. What's your thought on her?
Very small. Small hand. Very small. She's a bit short in the back. She's
not
nice,
perfect.
nice. Yeah.
She's not. Hold on. There you go. Perfect dropping again, eh? Pretty much. Okay. Her bloodline is perfect. Everything that she doesn't have, the cock has. Her vents are a little open.
Mm-hmm.
Her muscle's good, but she's not super loaded.
It's very nice underneath.
Forearm is super tight. Feather quality on all these pigeons. Michael Peevler. So the band number of the hen is the 420. That's right. Daughter Olympic Miss Fay. I believe she is lot 5. And the cock is lot number 1. Guys, I am not lying to you. This is a perfect matched pair. And you'll feel it when you get them both. She's not perfect. But the pedigree, man, is it loaded. Feather qualities are soft. How young is this pigeon? It's 2 to go, I believe.
Yeah.
Still 2 to go. We sold the sister in the Valentine sale. She was the chocolate. Beautiful eyes. What's going on, guys? Haven't been on in a while. Hope all is well. Hey, what's going on, Will? Hope you're doing good. But there she is.
I like her because she's a nice small hen.
She's opposite of him.
Very nice and small.
And you would say she needs a bit more roll. He has all that. The eyes are perfectly crossed. The pedigrees are perfect. His vents are like steel. Hers are a bit open. This is exactly how I would pair this. And again, that cock can go to pretty much any hen that you have. If you just buy the cock, you're great. If you just buy this hen, you're laughing. And if you put them together, like I said, you can fly the baby, sure. But I'd put them right in the breeding loft, cross them out within your birds, and you've got the best of Sabrina Bergman's. Did I mention since 2010, he has the most national victories of all Belgium. It's never been done the amount that he has Wow. Just put that shit on Mom's table. Dave Crozier, I think he likes it. Nice matched eyes. Mike, I know you're a pedigree reader. What do you think of the quality of these two pedigreed pigeons on these two? I just want Mike's opinion on this because I know he likes to read and he's a pretty smart pigeon man.
Look at the back.
Look at the
Very
back.
nice. Look at the feather on that.
Yeah, look at the feather on it. Super pigeons. Again, only at Feathers Elite Pigeon Auctions. The best of the best of the best. And again, I'm not really a big fan of the eye sign stuff. All I hear about it is blah, blah, blah. I don't really get the, I don't think it's the be all end all, but I will say the pedigrees here match up perfectly. The eyes are great. His eyes opposite of hers. Both good eyes for breeding. The hen's even better. But you look at that pair and how can you not get excited? Guys, I am going to be at the Golden Doif Awards this Saturday in Belgium. And Sabrina Bergman Loft will have, I believe, 1 or 2 pigeons in the auction. We will watch what they close for. We're going to look at the pedigrees and we're going to watch what they close for. And I'm going to tell you something. Your mouths are going to hit the floor. Because, guys, what did he say to me when he came to Feathers Elite? I'm not giving grandchildren. I'm giving you the best I have. Why? I want to make an impact in North America. I want a Canadian to win. I want an American to win. And I want someone from Mexico to win with my pigeons. Guys, I got goosebumps. That's how good these pigeons are. This pair's a home run. They're all great. Take a look at lot number 3 in the sale. Out of this world. For you guys wondering what's going on at Feathers Elite, again, I will say, take a look at the loft. We're going to push this auction back. It's not going to close on Friday. Herman's Bonnie is not going to close on Friday. Well, why? We're going to their lofts. We're going to sit down with these breeders, and we're going to talk with both of these breeders on Friday. We're going to go to the Golden Doif on Saturday, and we're going to see what the birds close for there and see if I can be trusted. Because I'm going to guarantee you, Sabrina Bergman's birds at the auction, I'm going to buy one. I'm going to push. And you know what? I'm not going to be able to afford one, eh? But I'm going to try. So, Delano Garcia, how are you? Anyways, guys.
Excuse me.
Our show's going quite well. I also wanted to throw up, again, we're at 258 pigeons signed up for Pioneer One Loft Race. I think that's pretty good so far.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not down. No.
Breeding's just started, right?
That's right.
Really.
And
a lot of people just put their birds together the middle of February.
100%.
Right?
We are going to have our first U.S. collection date. I believe it'll be the week of March 18th. We're going to talk about that a little bit closer. Please do not send us any pigeons before contacting us in the U.S. If you're going to send pigeons, you're going to have to call me. If you don't get a hold of me, you don't get an email back or a text, don't send your pigeons. I don't think that's too much to ask. But again, guys, we're going to have some great prizes. It's going to be a great race series. Get involved, sign up, and support it. You know, I mated my birds today. Mike Vandriak mated his. If I had the money, I'd buy them all. Mike, keep driving that truck. Mike, these ones here, you don't need money. They're right now at pennies. And the U.S. dollar is incredible. A $300 Feathers Elite pigeon right now is... in U.S. is like $240. Are you going to hold on. Will asked me, are you gonna good to the market that sells the yes, I'm gonna be
Lear
at
market.
I'm gonna be going to the Lear market on Sunday. I'm gonna go there. I don't know, what time should I get there?
I think you should get there about right at daylight,
All right.
7 o'clock in the morning, 7:15.
What if I'm hungover?
Wow.
That's going to be painful.
Pretty nice. I went there with you a few
Early.
years ago. Very nice. Oh man.
You get a good feeling, don't you? Hey, do you know?
The hotel we were at was like what, 3-minute walk from the market?
Yeah.
250-year-old hotel, and the sidewalk, the cobblestone roads, the sidewalk was literally 24 inches wide, and the hotel had a little sign on it, and you didn't walk in the hotel. You had to push the buzzer from the outside. You know, yes, what can I do? Oh yeah, we got a reservation. Okay, come on in. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Oh, 250-year-old hotel.
Yeah.
Was really something.
I am going to go there and see it on Sunday morning. I'll be there. I might go 2 times to the Lear Market because it's open for the month. Hold on.
And you won't believe it. You'll see 12-year-old people, and they're handling birds, and they're negotiating with the people that are selling the birds. And these young people, you stand there and just watch, and they open the wing, and they know exactly what they're talking about.
The little kids.
12-year-old people.
We see.
And it's just like, and you see a husband and a wife, and they're handling birds, and they're actually sort of arguing. The wife says, well, I don't like the back, or I don't like that. And he says, well, I like that, whatever. It's neat. And we're talking serious pigeon people, eh?
So Mike Peebler says, let's see some droppings. Okay, hold on. William asks, when are you going to have a young bird auction? With the Pioneer One Loft, we are going to have a young bird auction. We're going to have something. Again, we have to get the birds in first, but we will have a young bird auction. We are going to hopefully have some Europeans participate in that as well. Oren asks, do you get the birds back if they don't activate? When you put the birds in the race, you don't pay for anything. Send the birds. You're going to follow all the training. You're going to see us on 7 days a week. You're going to watch your birds. Every training toss, you're going to see it live. Ask Mike. He'll tell you. You're going to see it all live. Ask David Tracy. Ask Tracy. Ask Mike Green. You're going to see it all live. So we're not holding nothing back. If your birds make it past the 100-mile activation, you have to activate all your pigeons. You can't pick and choose. So if you have one super and one donkey that comes late, you got to activate them all, or you can't activate any of them.
Made it to 100 miles.
Make it to 100 miles. We got to be fair and honest. Now,
and believe it or not, that donkey that you think's a donkey made it to 100 miles, he may be the producer at 250 miles, at 325 miles. He may be the producer.
Hold on. Do you get your birds back? If you don't activate your pigeons and someone else activates them, they own the pigeons. That's it. If you don't activate them, you don't get them back. I'm going to say this. I'm not going to go out there and do everyone's work, do all the work, and not get paid. It's not respectful to us and the pigeons that are doing the work. But good question. I'm not against the question. Don't take that the wrong way. You going to do live shows while you're gone? This time when I'm there, I'm going to do multiple live shows every day. I might try and do some walks through the town, maybe have a beer every night and do a little bit of a live show. I think you guys like that. We're going to do that. Mike Vandriak says 300 Canadian dollars is 220 US dollars.
Wow.
Dave Crozier says, show him the droppings on the table. That dropping there kind of wasn't not the best one. It's just a small one.
Pretty good.
Hold on, let me see.
There you go.
Wait, hold on. Let me rotate this off here. Hold on. Hold on. There it is. Don't move.
See a little bit of a white cap on
the chair there. And I
onto-
smushed it a bit with my finger.
Oh, that's when I squeezed it. You see, I squeezed the bird. You can see when that came out.
Yeah, there you go. But hey, Dave, that was for you. Dave's in the zone tonight.
Hey, Dave, we miss you. Come on down.
Yeah, and I think Tracy says it right on the
Hits the nail on the head.
Yeah, you even see the stuff you wish you didn't see. And that's maybe
I remember that time we had to see that time that you sat in the bird's neck there, that grizzle.
and killed it and it come back to life.
Killed it, and thank God he brought it over to me next door in the blue loft, and he was so upset. He said, "It's done."
You thought it was done.
No, he said it's done. Eliminate it. I said it's okay. We'll put him in leave him in a basket here that I have, and God, I don't know if it was a half an hour or an hour later, the darn bird picked himself up.
I
Came back to life.
You thought he was
and I
dead
said to
too.
myself, if I would have left it with you another 2 or 3 minutes, he was done.
Okay, you know what? The
What?
audience, a tight ball. You guys want to? Should we do a quick beer taste? You want to taste the beer? Go in the fridge here and grab one.
Somebody said there, and I heard it.
Grab one.
They wanted to see droppings, a tray of droppings.
They did, but I don't think we can bring it in here.
I can bring it in.
I don't think we can.
I can do what I want. I'll bring it in.
Do you guys want to see the drop?
You want to have a beer test? Okay.
I don't know. Do we want to do that? Okay, let's do the beer test. Go in
Somebody
that
asked for
fridge.
the droppings.
Okay, Dave Crozier did.
No, it wasn't Dave.
Yeah,
It was
somebody else did too. Peebler did. What's going on with One-Eyed Jerry? We still got Jerry. Go in that fridge and grab the beer out of there.
Oh, One-Eyed Jerry?
Yeah.
I eliminated him.
You did?
Yeah.
Why? He just did. He did.
Where is it?
Go in the back there. There's a beer there. It's called Lelf or let's see.
Leet?
Yeah, here we go. Lite. This is light. This is 4% alcohol.
Where is it
Okay.
from?
Gull. This is a Iceland beer. I got it when I was in Iceland. I'm gonna just show the people. I don't know if we can.
Was
open
that when you went to see the Icelandic whites up there?
Yeah.
That's not a twist off.
No, it's not. We're
So-
gonna need the knife. Grab me the knife
You're
right
gonna
behind.
have to have
grab
good
it there.
teeth. No, I'll use the camera.
Hold on, here we go. We're gonna show you this beer, guys. This is the one we're gonna try. Real blonde beer, right? Let's just get down there and see. There it is. We're gonna try her out. Let's have a beer. Dave Crozier wants us to have a beer. To here, we're gonna try it.
It gives a little bit of a head, which is very nice. Look at that.
Not much head on this
Not
beer.
much head, but
We're gonna give it a second. Icelandic beer. How does it smell? Smells fruity. Smells fruity. Let's try it. Cheers.
a
Hey,
good
guys,
beer
guys.
with a mustache like yours,
Guys.
you should have a little bit of
Hold
sauce
on.
your mustache.
This is to Sabrina Bergman for winning the most nationals in Belgium since 2010.
Look at the nice
Cheers.
color of that.
Beautiful color on this beer. Here we go. Boy, that's a light beer. Very clean.
Very smooth.
You can drink this on a hot day, no problem. It's like a Corona, but better.
Yeah.
It tastes almost not fruity, but would you say it's sweet? There's not much bitter to it.
Nice taste.
Very nice beer. We got another one in the fridge. We can try a different one. Let's see. One more. Here we go.
Be here all night. Got lots of time though, Ryan.
Again, Storm Chaser. Tracy was right. Storm Chaser. Troy has a question. Should the pigeons belong to the breeder at the end of the races, regardless if they are activated or not?
Well, if he's not
Shouldn't,
activated,
hold on, shouldn't the pigeon belong to the breeder at the end of the races? You know what, Troy? It really should be. It should be belong to the owner. If you put pigeons into the race and you don't activate the pigeon, and it's done everything you've asked of it, it got to the 100 miles and you didn't think it was worth activating. So you said, nope, I'm not interested. That means, in my opinion, you don't want the pigeon. And I could say this, we'll eliminate the pigeon. No, we'll put the pigeon up for sale. Someone activates it, they own the rights to the pigeon.
let me ask you a question. Like I'm on the,
You're on the other side of the
yeah,
fence.
if a pigeon doesn't get activated,
Mhm.
will it continue to be trained and raced non-activated?
Well, yeah, the bird's for sale. The bird will continue.
But if nobody bought, what's the
Oh.
time?
Well, at the end of the season, if no one activates it,
So it's going to be continued to be raced?
yeah. If no one
trained?
if no one activates it at the end of the season, I'll keep it. That's it. It stays at the race.
Okay, so if a bird comes home, let's say from 200 miles, non-activated, at first bird home, then what?
Someone's gonna activate it.
Yeah,
I don't understand. Why would you send birds if you're not interested in activating?
that's right.
Or put them in and say you're gonna put them for sale. I don't know. I wouldn't do that. Put your birds in. If you want to activate them and they make it there, activate them.
Well, that's right.
You know, I just, like I said, we're not charging a perch fee up front. Put the birds in. You've got to watch your birds make it past, not to 100, past 100 miles. That means you're going to do the 2-mile training, the 10-mile, the 20-mile, the 50-mile, and the 80-mile. And they're each toss, you get about 5 to 7 tosses at each point.
Yeah. And then they reach 100 miles.
And David Tracy says it. Why send birds if you're not going to activate them? I agree. I agree 100% with David Tracy. Mike Vanderyak says, take the chips off until the birds are activated. No, I'm not going to take the chips off because if you don't activate them and you see the bouncing ball, someone else will activate them. Hopefully. Brian Kerr says, Stallions F disinfectant and dries, man. Disinfectant, great product. So there's another great product for disinfecting the loft. Again, guys, don't forget, Virkon works, bleach works, apple cider vinegar works.
Well, give your birds apple cider vinegar every day in the water. I do. I don't disinfect. Again, I'll say that again. Nice deep litter that I have. That's it.
That's it. And again, everyone does it differently. You can see, it's amazing. I will say, Patrick Books, he has a more dry litter approach like you do. World-class results. Derek Walsh in Ireland buys pigeons from Patrick Brooks. He has super results with his pigeons, and he is into disinfecting and cleaning, and it's super clean. Every way you see it. There's ways to win different ways.
Patrick, he mentioned he doesn't medicate. He doesn't do any of these. He does the vaccines only because the government says he has to go to a vet, get it certified.
Yeah, that's right.
And he believes that natural immunity
Is the best.
is the best. He believes in bacteria in the loft is the best for the strength of the birds. And he, okay, so if Derek Walsh buys them from him, he's buying pigeons that are strong. And like Patrick says, they look at them sideways,
they're gone.
They're gone. You don't play around.
And that's from what I get from a lot of the Belgians, a lot of the people in Europe. The best medication is the garbage can.
100%.
And you guys figure out what that means. Tracy says, Pioneer offers free testing of the birds. That's right. What is the test at Pioneer? What is the test? Send us your birds. They got to make it through. Coming into a new loft, settling. Then they got to handle loft immunity. That's a test. Then they got to handle going out and being broke and start to fly. That's a test. Then they got to handle loft flying. That's a test. Then they got to handle training up to 100 miles. That's a test. You get 4 or 5 tests before you got to outlay any money. Look at all the races around. Everything is up front. Pay up front. Pay up front. Is it bad? No. We're giving it to you another way. We want you guys to save some money and play the game.
But you look at it this way. They get 5 times, isn't it roughly?
Okay.
2 miles.
So Oren's saying,
right?
I was asking, more in case it does not make it to 100 miles, more than one would not pay for it. Okay. So what we're saying is, if you send 10 pigeons, we lose them all except for one, makes it past 100 miles, you only activate the bird that you sent.
That's right.
That's left. If out of 10, if you sent us 10 pigeons, all 10 have made it past the 100 miles, 9 of them are super good, and one's garbage, you activate all the pigeons. You can't cherry pick pigeons. That's what we're saying. Dave Crozier says he agrees. Yep, unfortunately that will happen. Mike says that. It's not going to pussyfoot around, straight to the point. Yeah, we don't. And again, guys, I'm not here to be your best friend when we're racing the birds. You know, I had someone say to me the other day, the problem with you, Ryan, is your race isn't clean. And I said, well, what do you mean? Well, you should just be like the other races and not say anything. Just make your message board posts, do the training, do the racing, don't do anything, just leave it alone. The more you show, and it's again, what you say in your comments, people take it the wrong way, people get offended, people get hurt. You know, when I'm here to race your birds, I'm not here to be your friend. I'm here to race the birds. I like all the birds, that's it. I'm friends with all of you. Some days I have good days and some days I have bad days. I tear him one every once in a while, he tears me one. We're still friends. Don't take shit so goddamn personally. That's all I'm saying. But keep it clean. I have to be true to myself. I have to be how I am. That's how we race the pigeons. So.
Hey, you know what?
And Tracy says that would be boring. That's right, guys. Go on Win Companion. There's 50 different races that do jack shit nothing. They get all the birds. Everyone goes in and everyone complains. Complain. You know what? If we get 250 pigeons, great. If we get 1,000 pigeons, great. We're giving it.
Hey, wait. Tracy knows.
Yeah, Tracy knows.
What are the color of my shorts? She knows it.
Red. Yeah, and you know, we're not here to make it boring. There's enough boring shit out there. We don't do that. We don't do that in our auctions. We don't do that in our loft tours. We don't do that wherever we go. We make sure we bring a little bit of entertainment. And you know what? We're going to step on some people's toes. So if you can't handle it.
It's like a pigeon. It's got to handle the wind. It's got to handle the heat.
Got to handle it all.
That's it.
A great show tonight. Next time I'm going to be on is going to be on Friday. I'll be on probably Thursday or Friday. I might be on here once through the week. But we are going to ramp up. We're going to be in Belgium. We're going to be doing a lot of lofts, visits, loft tours, setting up for already season 6 next year. Guys, Feathers Elite Pigeon Auctions, North America's only racing pigeon auction site, in my opinion. Great show tonight, Ricky. Again, guys.
Hold on. I don't want to disappoint people.
What do you want to do?
There's some people that wanted to see the droppings out of our showcases from the weekend.
I'm fucking sitting here talking.
And I could get them. And
Yeah,
I
but you're
don't want to
just
disappoint people.
Yeah, but you're just sitting here
Hold on,
lollygagging.
wait a minute, asshole.
No.
Listen to me.
No, but you knew what we were doing, Instead, you
No,
just sat
because
there
I
and
enjoy
listened.
the show, okay?
Yeah, but you're not watching the show. You're on the show. So what you've done now is
I listen
you've
to it.
prolonged this shit. Now what are you going to do? Now you're going to go. Now how are you going to bring the droppings in? You got spaghetti over there.
They're dry.
Oh, they're dry. Okay. What are you going to bring a handful
I
in?
sell them by the bag.
You sell them by the bag. What's the price for the birds? For our one loft race, no, LMR's got to stay here because we've got the auction birds here. He's got to have the open house on Saturdays. Mike, why aren't you coming down to the open houses? And guys, Mike's going to say he lives 2.5 hours away. You're retired, Mike. Come on down. The price per pigeon for our one loft race, once they pass 100 miles, it's 250 Canadian dollars. 250 Canadian dollars. Mike, how much is that in US dollars? No, LMR is not. He is staying here. He's got to look after the open houses on Saturday, take care of the birds. I'd love to take him. One of these times he's going to come, but we are just so busy here that I can't afford. Not that I can't afford to take him. I can't afford with the work here. We just don't hire people to do this job. We have to keep our hands on at all times. Stan says the more that you can be transparent with that, you do better. That's a good question. I have been missing some good times. Of course. Mike, what are you waiting for? And not only that, Mike, Pigeon Fingers. Come and handle pigeons from world-class breeders. Think about that. Olympiad winners, national ace winners, direct children from these supers, full brothers, full sisters of these pigeons. You get a chance to feel the body, the makeup, the feathers, the eyesight, how the bird looks in person. Tracy says 250 Canadian dollars equals 185 US dollars. Guys, we priced it so you can put 20 to 30 pigeons in. We did this for you guys. Have you taken a look at what's in the world here? A head of lettuce is $7. Apples, how expensive are apples? Kraft peanut butter. This shit's fake. This shit's fake, and it tastes pretty good. This thing here is like $4. I remember when this thing used to be $1.25. Oh boy, here he comes. LMR, the droppings of the night. You brought the biggest one in too, you fucking ding dong. Here we go. Hey, over the pasta. Here it comes. Guys, he punches in bunches. He is known as LMR. Take a look. You can put it down right down here. Take a look. Look. Take a look. Are they perfect? Even the little downs, those are down feathers, guys. Yeah. So for you new guys, what's a down feather? There they are. You didn't lie. Small, perfect, and tight. What do we call that?
Look at that.
Super health. Super tight.
Little small.
Look at that. Perfect. Ricky, we don't need to see. Do you want to eat one? Try it.
Dip this in a little bit of pickle juice.
Over the pasta goes, over the popcorn, the pasta. This is why we do this, guys. This is the only show that goes to this length. Best pigeons I ever bought off of Feathers Elite. Well. Hey, guys, remember, we try and sell the best from the best breeders through all out Europe. It takes time. You got to test the pigeons. Sometimes it skips a generation. Patience is key. I think this has been a great show tonight. You guys really helped out. You guys really put a lot into the show. I'm being honest. You guys are what makes this show as fun as it is. Porsche 702, yes, from Colm Van Zorn. I'll be stopping by and saying hi to him. That's some nice shit. Yeah, it is. And I told you, just put it on Nancy's table. Oh, Dave Crozier, you're on fire tonight, my friend. But anyways, I don't know if I want to wait for Ricky to come in or if I should just wrap it up. But number one job, guys, tonight. You guys will see me in Belgium next up. Please, 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 please take a moment and look at these pedigrees. Not only on Sabrina Bergman's, but on Herman's Bonnie. World-class pigeons. Please, guys, follow us along. Like, share, and subscribe. We are going to be in Belgium. We'll be there for about 3 or 4 weeks. We are going to go the distance for you guys. You guys like when we bring you the lives in the greatest pigeon country in the world, Belgium. We're going to be in Belgium. We're going to be in Holland. We might be in Denmark. We might be in Hungary. We might be in the UK. So you're going to have to stay tuned. Remember, like, share, and subscribe. I'm Ryan. We don't know where Ricky's gone. Thanks again. And yes, next Monday night, we will be on again. I will be live from Belgium, and Ricky will be in here by himself. So who knows what shit he's going to pull up. It's been a wrap. Ricky, you got anything more to say? No, you're done.
I know they wanted to see Carl, but I can't bring him out tonight.
Maybe Carl next week. Stay tuned, guys. Thanks for flying with us. Have a great evening. Bye. For now.